Hi, good morning. Today I'm going to talk about the internal organs of the thoracic cavity, their anatomy, function, and how they work together to the system life. My name is Martin Alejandro Bejarano Roldan, and this is my video to English that third term. Well, this is the contents. It's first the overview of thoracic organs, second main thoracic organs, and third thoracic organs, systems, and functions. Well, first overview of the thoracic organs. The thoracic organs are the main structures that allow use the breath and pump blood to go to the body. They are well protected by the rib cage and play central role in maintaining life. Inside the thoracic cavity, we can find the lungs, the heart, the trachea, the esophagus, and the other organs that no are that important that these four, each has a unique but interrelated functions. Well, definition and functions of the thoracic organs as has the first, it's a heart, pumps the oxygenated blood to the body and circulates this oxygenated blood to the lungs for oxygenation. The lungs facilitate gas exchange by bringing oxygen into the bloodstream and removing carbon dioxide through the exhalation. Third, esophagus. It acts as a muscular tube that transports food and liquids from the mouth to the stomach for the digestions. And trachea provides the clear airway for air to travel from the nose and the mouth to the lungs, while the filtering impurities through the mucus and cilia. The importance of the thoracic organs in the human body. We can find four important points that is respiration, circulation, digestive systems, and the protection functions. The first, the respiration support, we can understand that the lungs ensure a constant supply of oxygen, vital for a cellular respiration and energy production. The circulatory synergy, the we can understand too that the heart and the lungs work in conjunction to maintaining efficient blood flow and oxygenation across all body tissues. The digestive connection say that the esophagus serves as the initial pathway for a food intake, ensuring timely delivery for the nutrient absorptions. And the protective functions say that the thoracic organs are shielded by the rib cage, reducing the risk of a physical trauma and maintain systemic stability. Anatomy and the structures of the thoracic organs. The rib cage is composed of the bones, cartilage. It cases thoracic organs, providing both structural support and protections. The heart anatomy includes chambers, arteria and ventricles, valves, and major arteries and major veins. All this is crucial for effective blood circulation. The lung structures, its features alveoli, bronchi, and the pleura to maximize surface for oxygen absorption and carbon dioxide expulsion. And the last, it's a mediastinum that the central compartment in the thoracic cavity houses that the heart, major vessels, and the portion of the esophagus and trachea. Second, main thoracic organs. The the heart have a four important points. The heart sits in the mediastinum, protected by the pericardium. It has four chambers that separate oxygenated and desoxygenated blood, ensuring efficient circulations. The first important point is a circulation hub. The heart pumps oxygen-rich blood through to the via arteries and return oxygen depleted blood to the lungs through veins. The chambers and valves have the heart have four chambers, two atria and two ventricles, and valves ensure unidirectional blood flow that preventing backflow and maintaining efficiency. The electrical systems, the heart's conduction systems, it's a control rhythm via electrical signals that regulate muscles contractions, ensuring steady, steady beats, and the protective layers. Encased in the pericardium to heart is cushioned in a, and protect from friction during the movement within the chest cavity. Now, the lungs. When we breathe, the oxygen enters the alveoli and diffuses into the blood, while the carbon dioxide exits the diaphragm and intercostal muscles make this work it's possible. The oxygen exchange is in the lungs because the lungs facilitate the intake of oxygen in the release of the carbon dioxide through tiny air sacs called alveoli, support cellular respiration. Second, structural designs, divided in two lobes, three on the right and two on the left. The lungs maximize surface area for effective gas exchange. Third, airways systems. A network of bronchial tubes and the trachea transport air between the environment and the alveoli, keeping the lungs ventilated. Fourth, it's a defensive barrier. The mucus and cilia trap airborne participles, pollutants, and microbes, helping prevent infections and maintain the respiratory health. The esophagus. Besides the lungs and the heart, we also have the thymus, an essential immune organ in a children's, and the esophagus, part of the digestive systems passing through the thoracic cavity. Food transport. Food transport. The esophagus is a muscular tube responsible for the moving food and liquids from the throat to the stomach via peristaltic contractions. The functional layers composed of a mucosa, submucosa, and muscles layers. It combines lubrication, structural support, and mobility in some parts of the esophagus. Third, it's a sphincters functionally. Upper and lower esophageal sphincters regulate entry from the throat and prevent the stomach contents from the refluxing upward. And fourth, it's a connection role. Positioned behind the trachea, the esophagus serves as the vital link between the mouth and the digestive system, enabling nutrition intake. And the third topic is thoracic organs and the system and functions. The respiratory systems, his most important function is a gas exchange, the oxygen intake. The lungs allow oxygen from the inhaled air to pass to the bloodstreams, ensuring vital cellular functions throughout the body. Carbon dioxide, carbon, carbon dioxide out of the body, maintaining pH balanced and preventing toxic accumulations. Alveoli functions, microscopic alveoli, facilitate gas exchange by providing a vast surface area where oxygen and carbon dioxide diffuses efficiently. Ventilation and regulation, controlled by the diaphragm and intercostal muscles. Breathing responds to the body's oxygen demand during rest or excretions. The circulatory systems have other four things importance, but here function most important is a blood flow and oxygen delivery. The heart pumping It's meaning that the heart's rhythm construction circulates oxygenated blood from the lungs to tissues, return desoxygenated blood for the oxygen replacement. Two, second, transport efficiently. Vessels, arteries, veins, and capillaries ensure swiftly delivery of nutrients and removal of metabolic waste across the body. Oxygen exchange is a hemoglobin in the red cells brings to oxygenate the lungs and release it to cells, vital for energy production. Waste removal. The circulatory system returns carbon dioxide and other byproducts the lungs in the kidneys for excretion, maintaining homeostasis. And the last topic is a nervous system that he work in the coordination in the coordinations and regulations. Here, principal function is a mains communication between the brain and the thoracic structures via nerves. Here, function with regulations, it's a controls autonomic responses like the heartbeat and breathing through the central and perineal systems. And he coordination its work which synchronizes sensory and motor signals for effective organ functionality in the thorax. And this is all topic for today. I wish that you learn some that the organs to the cavity thoracic. Thank you.